I also want to just commend the board here for doing really leading the nation with our standards for civics education. When I became governor, and I know Richard, when he was in the legislature, they had started working on some stuff, but I said, you know, if you look around our country, our state, we've got to do a much better job teaching people about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, all these important things. And if you look at when they do these surveys, it's really it's frustrating because the results will be, do you know how many branches of government there are? Do you know what era Abraham Lincoln was from? Can you name any of the freedoms protected in the Bill of Rights? And unfortunately, a lot of people can't do it. And it's almost as if the younger generation does worse than folks who are older. And I think that that's a reflection of our society taking our eye off the ball on some of this stuff. So we've got to focus. And my view is that we have so many good things going on in Florida. I mean, Richard and I have worked on vocational education and getting kids into apprenticeships. So you can graduate now in certain high schools in Florida. You could have a certificate in like aviation mechanics, and you could get hired by Elon Musk right out of high school. You have other people that are going to go to college. Maybe they want to be a doctor or whatever. And there's all great pathways. Whatever pathway you choose, you have to be able to discharge the duties of being a citizen. So this civics education is universally applicable, regardless of what field you go into, regardless of what you do in your life once you leave Florida's education system. And it's something that we've got to take very, very seriously. And so what we have done is, one, now with the course in high schools, with what we're doing with the standards here. Legislature also passed, I think, legislation that was overdue to say, we're going to teach our kids about the evils of things like communism and socialism. And you look no further than what we see going on in Cuba right now, where you have people that are revolting against 60 years of a communist dictatorship. And so there's a reason why they're doing that. There's a reason why a lot of people had to flee and are part of our South Florida community. They remember, but as the generations change, people sometimes forget some of these things. We're not going to forget, and we're going to make sure that our students understand the stakes here and what it means to be a free society. Yesterday I announced, and Richard and I had worked on, you can have the best standards in the world. You can say we're going to emphasize civics, but you got to make sure that you have that communicated in the classroom effectively. And that requires us to say, you know what, we've got to put emphasis on continuing education and training for teachers. And so we announced yesterday we're going to be doing $106 million for additional civics initiatives. The bulk of that is going to go to a new certificate, credential for civics for teachers. And so you're going to be able to go, it's going to be, I mean, we're kind of calling it like a boot camp, but you go, you're going to have some of the best people in the country providing the instruction on this. So you go through it, and if you go through it, you get a $3,000 bonus, so it's worth doing. But then we're going to make sure that folks have really the key fundamentals down, and that'll end up transferring very positively for the students. So we're excited about that. We think that that'll be something that we're going to look forward to. And here's how I view it. In 5 years, July 4th, 2026, we'll be celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. And by that date, all our K through 12 students should be educated with these new civic standards. When we test the graduating seniors and provide it like a citizenship exam, like a naturalized citizen would have to do, we should have no problem and having these kids pass the test with flying colors. That's got to be the goal, and if we do that, I think that 250th anniversary will be all the more meaningful because it'll show that we appreciate as adults what people that have come before us have done and fought for to give us opportunities, but it'll also show that we're imparting that on the next generation and that they understand that. So I'm excited about what we're doing.